Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Wonka, starring Timothee Chalamet, about the young Willy Wonka, because this movie is somehow necessary. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11, available at Amazon.com. So what are we doing here? It's young Willy Wonka. So now we've got. I don't know why they're doing this. I really don't. But okay. Apparently Hollywood is completely out of ideas. I will say that the trailer is whimsical, and I'm not sure why he has her for a sidekick, but he does. So she's his little sidekick, and I don't know, Willy Wonka goes to a terribly oppressed city where Mr. Bean is the Archbishop, and everybody is there's a chocolate cartel that he has to beat. Even though he's the greatest chocolatier known to history, and I guess this takes place in, I don't know, a past time. A past time that has old cars. And they'll be singing, I think, and these are the bad guys. I don't know. It's like it's meant to be a children's movie. But it feels very ham-fisted to me. And it just feels so unnecessary. You know, who the hell wants to follow Gene Wilder's performance? I couldn't believe when Johnny Depp tried it. I didn't see the Johnny Depp version, but it's just more proof that Hollywood is completely devoid of ideas, and they're just digging up IPs. Here's Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa. It's funny. I mean, it's probably going to be pretty watchable. Let's see who else is in this thing. Got some credits at the end. Here he is dancing in the bell jar. Timothee Chalamet. Keegan-Michael Key. I know him. Matt Lucas, that name sounds familiar. Sally Hawkins sounds familiar. Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. Tom Davis with Olivia Colman. Oh, I thought I saw her. And Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa. December 15th. It's a good time for it. Christmas. Good Christmas movie, I suppose. I don't know, man. So, first act would be some sob story, I think, about Willie wanting to pursue his dream and his mother being too poor to help him, and she dies tragically, I'm guessing. Something like that. He's on the street, a wandering chocolatier selling his wares, and he's like a magician. And then, I don't know, second act, he goes to the big city to make his fortune, but he can't open a chocolate, he can't sell chocolate without a chocolate shop, because there's all kinds of bureaucracy. Something like that. So he doesn't have any money, but he makes great chocolate. So then he makes some kind of flying chocolate. Because that's from the movie. I remember that from the movie. The Gene Wilder movie. Yeah, that wasn't chocolate in the movie. That was fizzy lifting drinks. And that was new and experimental then. So it doesn't really jibe with the timeline, but okay. And then he's followed by Oompa Loompas. Seems weird because I thought he traveled the world and found them, and then asked them to move in with him. Maybe they teach him how to make the flying chocolate. I don't know. I mean, I just have no interest in this. And look, the people in it are talented. It looks well done. Spent a ton of money on this thing. Timothee Chalamet is a good actor. Chalamet is a good actor. Hugh Grant, he's been getting better. I gotta say, he's been appearing in stuff more recently. Good stuff. Olivia Colman's good too. I mean, everybody in this was probably great, but the whole look, you build a screenplay on a foundation. If you build that foundation on sand, it doesn't matter what you build on top of it. It just falls over. So, will this be good? Yeah, I guess. To people who have never seen Willy Wonka before, which is the kids that it's aimed at. For adults who remember Willy Wonka and the classic, I think it'll kind of be I guess. That was good, I guess. I mean, it's kind of like the people who are watching Indiana Jones now. They want to like it. They want to like it. And so they will, for the most part. Unless it's egregiously bad in some way or, I don't know, has a big political message that we're not seeing in the trailer, which I don't think it does. I don't think it's going down that path. I just, they could have made a completely different movie. Something that would, Hollywood is obsessed with, speaking to the modern age or whatever. And yet, they keep recycling things that just don't speak to this age. Everything in this movie is old. The clothes are old. The cars are old. The setting is old. The story is old. Everything's old. Nothing is new. So how can you expect it to speak to a modern audience? It'll just be fluff, It's like saying, well, let's have dinner and then eating candy. Is it good? Oh, it's good in that moment. Later, it's kind of like, I think I ate too much candy and I don't feel like I got anything really nutritious for myself. It's kind of what this stuff is to me. All these talented people, and yet Hollywood can't trust one talented person, or two maybe, to write a decent screenplay. That's where the entire studio system falls apart. They pour all this money into things. For what? For what? Who needed this? It's just an extension, just a shadow of a shadow of a shadow again. All because they put too much money, so it has to make more money, so they can't put that money into smaller movies because it has to be put into this big movie, which then has to perform more than a smaller movie. You could have done I don't know, any other kind of kids movie and come up with something new, something a little more modern, something that would have spoke to people. I don't know if kids would even want to see this, really. This more speaks to the kid and the people who know Willy Wonka. And I forget how long the Depp movie was out. Maybe 15 years ago, something like that. So maybe this is part of the nostalgia cycle. They're doing yet another version of this, but I mean, at this point, you might as well remake the Gene Wilder movie. Yeah, remake the whole thing. Who cares? I mean, that's what they did with the Johnny Depp movie. Why not just do it again? I mean, what's the difference between that and this? Oh, it's a new story? It's not, though. It's just taking all the elements of the old story and reincorporating them slightly differently and then, I don't know, giving them a sidekick that seems to come out of nowhere. It doesn't feel clever. It just feels kind of like, oh, this. So, would I see it? No. I just wouldn't see it. I just wouldn't waste my time. I have a life to lead, and such that it is. And this just seems like so much of stuff I've seen before. It's Harry Potter, it's Willy Wonka, it's every stupid knockoff of Harry Potter, and you know, can't we get some radically new thing here, even for kids? I mean, the Mario Brothers wasn't radically new. They'd done some Mario stuff before, but you know, that seemed to do well. At least it was kind of, you know, it wasn't the live action. I think they had done some cartoons in the past, but not like that. So, I don't know. Will this be big? I think it'll do okay. I don't think it'll do poorly unless the actors start coming out making political statements or something like that. You know, it should do okay. Hugh Grant is amusing. I mean, it does look amusing. I'll say that. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I just, I'm exhausted by this stuff. I just want something new. I want to see a trailer like this, but like with completely new characters. Like, oh, that's interesting. Like if you had just completely changed this, you know, rename the characters, given us slightly more detail, maybe, I don't know, change the Oompa Loompa to crazy animal character. I mean, then maybe, because then I would be like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I kind of know what's going to happen in this. I know how it ends. He gets a chocolate factory. Yeah, that has to be the ending. He ends up becoming Willy Wonka, the famous chocolate guy. And then, how's the movie end? With him walking out of the gate and the scene with Gene Wilder with the golden ticket? And then that's the end of the movie. And then, maybe we'll see him in the sequel, which will be a remake of that movie again. Whatever. So, Wonka. December 15th. I guess it's something to take your kids to, but I'd just show them the Gene Wilder movie. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based take. If you can find a more based take, I say take it. I'll be at Clement's Farm on Saturday from 10 to 3, and then at the Cooper River Dragon Boat Race on Sunday. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.